Hi, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys.com, home of technical analysis education. Click the link for a free week trial, no credit card required, and gain access to our multiple live broadcasts daily, community chat room, educational videos, nightly watch lists, and more. Invest in your education and future and join the community today. Hello everyone, looking at the biotech sector heading into next week. So XBI, the bears taking over here. We see a lower high pattern. So there were some clues that we were going to see the bulls tire. And number one was the decrease in volume from Wednesday to Thursday. And number two is the fact that we saw such a significant move to the upside 3 days in a row. And we knew we had previous price resistance coming up and the upper Bollinger Band. So it was really unlikely that we were going to see continuation to the upside, especially when the volume is not backing up the powerful move. So the big bearish reaction today and the close at the low of the day has us looking at this key 50-day moving average support at 60.38. And that's the level that needs to hold here. If we lose that, we'll be looking at lower highs and then continued lower lows. And on the weekly chart, you can see that would be a pretty big setback. Losing this 50-week moving average, which has held on the consolidation, would be bearish. It was still a green week, but obviously a big upper wick of profit taking. So we're going to be looking at the 10-week moving average support and the 100-week moving average resistance as the channel that XBI is trading in. And if we lose that 10-week moving average, then we'll be looking at the 50-week, the middle Bollinger Band. There's plenty of supports here for the bulls because we have been in such a nice uptrend over the past few months. But I'm really looking at that 50-day very closely for XBI. And we can see IBB already fell right through it. So the NASDAQ bulls are weaker than the biotech bulls by far. And we can see we lost the 200-day, and we also closed below the lows that we had seen. We actually closed 3 pennies above this low. But we're right at those lows, whereas XBI, as you can see very clearly, is well above those lows. So weakness standing out, much clearer lower highs, didn't even get over that middle Bollinger Band. And IBB on the weekly also losing the 10-week, 5 red weeks in a row, no green, so it could not be more clear that the S&P 500 biotechs are stronger than the NASDAQ biotechs. And LABU trades off XBI, so we've got the same setup. The 50-day moving average, losing that would be bearish in the short term. Weekly time frame, we've got that 50-week resistance rather than the 100-week, and the middle Bollinger Band support to keep an eye on. Long upper wick of profit taking there as well. And the next name we're looking at is LABD, the bear, which had a nice day today. Still very much so in a downtrend, and you can see we're starting to try and turn things around with higher lows and higher highs. The bears are going to have to get over 25.60 for that to continue to play out. We do have resistance to worry about. The 10-day moving average is 23.03, so need to get that higher high. The 50-day is going to be in the way by the time we get up there as well, another resistance to watch. And you can see we are nowhere near changing this trend for the bears. This is just a pullback. And you can see the very clear pullback here in the bearish LABD. Don't even have that 10-week moving average as resistance, or as support, I should say. That is still resistance that we'll need to watch next week. 4 green weeks in a row, and couldn't even touch the 10-day moving average resistance, 10-week moving average resistance. And we would have to get all the way above $45 to even begin to change this trend 100% to the upside. So keep that in mind when you're playing these miners in either, or these biotechs in either direction. The bears certainly are not in control. They're in control of the short term, but the long-term trend is bullish. And don't lose sight of that. It could be a nice dip buying opportunity once things settle down in the overall S&P 500. So I appreciate you watching. We'll check back in next weekend. Have a great couple of nights, couple of days, couple of mornings, couple of evenings. See you then.